You look
I
good.
just scratched myself.
Wait, so you're saying that wasn't Kristen Chenoweth? And welcome to the Glacially Musical Podcast. That is beer, metal, and swearing. As always, it is Nick Boom Boom Cameron, joined by my good friend, the Raging Cajun, Don Fontaine de la Tour Dautrive,
What's up,
and
baby?
and the man with the plan, Keefy Afghanistan. I don't
I
Oh
remember.
no,
mean,
you need to work on that one.
whoa.
I'm
I
workshopping it.
mean,
I'm
like
workshopping it.
Afghani food is wonderful, and Afghani culture and people are lovely.
That's some
Nick,
good. That's some good nabla.
I want to bring this back.
It really is.
Episode 127 of Nick and Keefy just reviewing 72 seasons, which I look forward to reviewing
Wait,
again.
we did that?
We did.
We gotta do that
And
again.
Nick said, my wife refers to me as frustratingly brilliant, and I really want to bring this back and make it a thing. Plus, when we have a beer someday, it needs to be frustratingly brilliant IPA. I stand
Can
by
it
that.
can it
Oh,
be
I love it.
frustratingly instead of frustratingly?
I said it correctly.
Frustrating. Frustrating. I like that.
All right, if you've never been here before, here's how we do. Greeting, beer, vinyl, news, shirt, meat. Roll. The Glacially Musical Beer of the Week is an American IPA by Bell's Brewing in one of the Michigander cities that I could give two monkey trumpets butts about. Two-Hearted IPA. Recently had the Aldi copy, finger fudge pour, and I decided I needed the real deal. What you got, Don?
Dude, I am rocking my very last Atomic Torpedo IPA. And the next on my hit list is going to be Hopsecutioner, baby. Because I found a total wine not too far from here. So, all right, we're going to do the pop. Yeah, there we go.
Make sure when you get that Hopsecutioner out,
Yeah.
give it a nickel so it chops your head off right.
Oh, I like it. Like, is it a little heavier than this one? Got the
I don't
finger
remember.
fudge pour going
That's
on here too.
that's an old-timey English thing. You tipped your executioner.
Well, it seems like those times are coming back. But I digress.
What you got, Kiwi?
Well, I came home after running errands, and I was hungry.
I came at home too.
Oh, I think that's Don's line. So I got a little tuna melt to eat because I'm gonna fucking can't be hangry and operate a podcast. And to wash it down, I have a cherry obituary by Liquid Death.
Third of your merch. I'd rather have a hops and half.
I wish it was a beer. I wish you were a beer. Cheers, Cycle Sluts from Hell.
What?
Cycle Sluts from Hell. Do you not know? I wish you were a beer.
So we're not talking about the Trauma movie.
They named the band after that. Yes.
Okay. I prefer Klaus and Newcomb High. Cheers. Wow, I actually don't. I just had to be contrarian that one time. My vinyl check this week, I'll be honest. I have been really running down the dream. Because I haven't been buying much lately. I mean, I get there and I mean,
Tom
I don't
Petty
wa-
series when?
name it.
Oh, yeah, man, let's do that.
I don't want to buy a record anymore just to buy a record at the store. I gotta actually want something. So like, I mean, half the time I'm like, I don't know. So got a two for this week.
Oh, he touched the microphone, you fucking tool.
I'm back.
There you are.
REO Speedwagon.
Oh,
Good Trouble.
is there going to be a Speedwagon series in our future here?
One, if you know. Two,
Good.
if you say that again, I will replace your ass with a Timu Don.
Dude, what do you think this is?
You're Don just. I will replace you with Timu Don for that kind of disrespect.
I am just on.
And the second record of the week, latest by the Black Keys. No Rain, No Flowers.
Well, you love those duo groups. I love that.
They're not really a duo anymore. They bring in a bunch of session dudes. There's business on the inside, but I don't care. I've never even looked at it. Done.
All right. So I don't have any vinyl, but I did get this was a great mail day for me. I got this package here. Can anybody guess what's in it? I'm going to let you guys
Fleshlight.
guess. No. A fleshlight? No. It came all the way from Seattle. I'm the man in the box. Hey guys, it's Layne
I wasn't
Staley.
ready.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So y'all have a good time. All right, wait, I'm going to go back here.
Hang on, you have to order those things?
Yeah.
Actually, like we need sound effects that are just like Layne going meow, and also no.
Dude, so I planned this right after the last podcast was over, and I was like, please, Wednesday, hurry up and get here so I can do this.
I mean, just for that, we can never replace Don now.
And I even tried it out on
We will if he does, if you request in our Speedwagon series.
Well, that's
But, however, all of the puppets are now the intellectual property of the Glacial Musical Podcast, as are Don's imitations of them.
Oh, absolutely.
How is we need a series or a chaser on like who are the worst, most successful bands of a decade, like the '80s, and it's definitely REO Speedwagon is up there.
Oh, God,
Unlistenable.
Queen.
No,
Foreigner.
there's the Queen is
Foreigner.
the Queen. Even when Queen's like all those terrible 50, 20, 80 albums that we did, they're still Queen.
Yeah, they have one good album's worth of material in 30 years.
Yeah, but if you take all that material and that one good album is probably
that
better
one
than
good
many.
album is pretty damned amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think Innuendo is underrated. That's just me.
That is a good album.
We didn't do that one because we did the 15.
We were
before it.
exhausted. We were like, fuck all this. We can't.
Y'all stopped right before the good one.
I mean, it got to the point. It's like, do we even like this?
We like this band anymore?
What you got, buddy?
We do. Vinyl check Don. Go.
I don't have one. I
Donnie
just had my
Dickman.
man in the box. That was
You're up,
mine.
Keefy.
Well, I'm all right. That's cool. I love the man in the box, but also, so this is fucking. Sometimes you got to turn a frown upside down. So I race home, an hour at the pharmacy trying to get my fucking meds. What a disaster! Walgreens very disappointed in you, and the cashier.
CVS like a motherfucker over here.
I'd like to do CVS. They stopped fucking supporting me in my neighborhood. What can I do? And the pharmacist lady was like rancid to everybody. I was like, if you don't like your job, get another job.
What's her
Don't
name?
do
Ruby
this.
Soho?
No. So I speed walk home. I get my tuna melt, and there's a box waiting for me. It is a very good mail day, to quote Don. I have an idea what this is, but I don't know 100% what it is. I'm not going to unbox it here, but I might review it next week if we do the chaser.
Can we see the shipping label with your address?
No, that's insane. How did I fucking do that? Enough people harass me and hound me. So this is
Come on, man. We're going to dox you, baby.
What do you think this is? This is a thick boy. Guesses?
Oh,
Quick
that's
guesses.
Nick's birthday present.
No.
I think I know what it is.
Yes, it is. Pretty sure it is.
Is it the
Is that alive?
is it the big box that came in that you have to send back?
No. I
Oh.
wish it was. I don't think it is.
Well, then I don't want it to be my birthday present anymore.
You might, though. I don't know.
I might.
You might.
Okay, Rabbit.
It's
What's in
going
the
to
box?
be. It
What's
is a
in the
box. It
box?
is a box set. It is not the Kiss box set. It is the 30th anniversary Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness box set that was sent to me by their record label that I asked for, and they sent it. It's huge. Like I don't
Do
know
not
what.
point that thing at me.
They just sent it to you for free?
Well, to review and unbox
Review?
videos and stuff like that. Yeah,
Keefy's a wheel. We're
I'm
just
well
little dicks. I mean, we're in the presence of greatness.
I'm respected. I think that's the most important. Like, I don't feel I'm as respected as I want to be, but Ghost Cult is well respected. I'm semi-respected.
I'm not as respected as I want to be, but I am as nasty as I want.
I think as I get older, I like Smashing
He's so
Pumpkins
horny.
more. Can I continue
Sorry.
uninterrupted? Thank you.
Good references. I'm sorry, they were good references.
As I get older, I feel like I like Smashing Pumpkins more than I did when they were a thing, new at the time. First 4 Pumpkins records are bangers, and then like a lot of Uneven, and then I like their last one. So that's my check. Future, maybe an unboxing or something for Ghost Cult, but also like maybe I'll do a quick discussion of it next week during Gilly Dilly.
I
like it.
still detest the Smashing Pumpkins just as much as I did when I saw them at Lollapalooza 4. And they
That's
were
fair.
just
That's fair.
terrible. Just terrible.
Well, they were on a lot of drugs and alcohol.
They were also
Um,
following the Beastie Boys.
That's impossible. Yeah, like how is that possible? How were they going on before the Beastie Boys? Or
It was like, well, that was like Van
Or
Halen
after.
opening up for Black Sabbath, realistically
Oh,
speaking.
yeah.
on like their last leg with Ozzy. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, that was not
Well,
their
and
hottest era.
Not
right
just
there.
that, the super energetic band versus the down in the dumps band. It you can't follow that. That doesn't work. It's like putting Kelly Chase out there on right wing with Brett Hull. Not gonna work. Love Kelly Chase. Anyway, my news of the week is I don't have any news. Done.
Man, I don't know.
Unless you want to hear about the state of my marriage and the bagels. Do you want to hear that?
Yeah, let's
So-
hear that until I can find my news because I have
So-
it, but I just can't find it.
Lawyer wife texts me, I'm at Whole Paycheck. You need anything? I don't shop at Whole Paycheck. I'm not beholden to Whole Foods. They're not that great. They're really expensive. I'm like, no, I don't need anything. She's like, yeah, they changed the recipe on my mozzarella salad. Well, I mean, it was obvious. It's not smoked anymore. Anywho, so she gets home, and I'm like, I text her, I'm like, did you get anything? She's like, yeah, I got mac and cheese bites and empanada and some bagels. I'm like, why'd you get bagels? You have bagels. She's like, where? They're in the drawer where the bagels always are. She's like, you hid the bagels. I'm like, no, you bought those bagels. And now we have 12 bagels. We don't need 12 bagels.
Where? Who eats that many bagels?
Nobody eats that many bagels.
I don't
That's
think
like-
I eat 12 bagels in a year.
I eat 12 bagels in a year. Whenever you come to St. Louis, where you're going to go to Bread Co., the only thing I will get at Bread Co. is the Asiago cheese bagel. That thing is fudging delicious.
Okay, that does sound pretty good, actually.
It's amazing. You got to butter it, then you cream it.
my first. Okay, Don. Nick with all
That
the
was
Donisms
unintentional.
this week.
That was unintentionally horny. I'm sorry.
Unintentional horny.
You got to lube it, then you cream on it.
Nick Aloysius Cameron. Frustratingly brilliant, unintentionally horny.
This is
These
this
new
is what
taglines
happens.
for the show and the merch to come, just writing itself.
this is what happens when we get together. We just it's like you haunted, baby.
All right, Don, no news. If not, roll
My
Keefy.
first job was making bagels and selling bagels. Go ahead.
Really? Oh, so all right. So my news is that so Dave Mustaine announced that Megadeth's final tour was easily going to run for 3 to 5 years. So
Oh, good.
we can start calling them Mega Kiss now, I guess. You know, I don't
3 to
know.
5. That's going to go like
Mega Slayer.
Mega Slayer.
no. Slayer's
Slayer
farewell
Death?
tour was only 2 years. Then they came back because they were liars.
I think it was 3 or 4 years, my friend. Maybe
Was it that long?
Yeah, it was.
I know. I saw them when the child was in 8U hockey. The child is now 14, so that would have been 2019 or 18 when I saw them.
Oh, wow.
And then they came back in 22.
Repentless is 2016, and that's when they announced the farewell tour, which lasted
15.
for 3 years. So 4 years.
Yeah,
That is
but the
insane.
Repentless tour was not the farewell tour. I saw them
No,
on that
they-
tour.
Yeah.
I saw them at the pageant on that tour, and then at the Shed on the farewell tour.
I don't know how I feel about. They already put tickets on sale. They already announced the Maiden tour. They've been the
Megadeth?
final album, the farewell tour. I don't know
They're
how I
playing
feel
with
about
Maiden again.
Mhm.
Maiden and Anthrax on a handful of shows
Yeah,
opening,
yeah.
which I hope that means that Anthrax is going to do a headline tour because what the fuck? When will they do another headline
I've
tour?
never seen Anthrax on a headliner just
It's
with
been
Slayer.
like a decade. It's been literally 10 years. They did Europe as a headline band, but not the
Europe.
Americas.
They did that co-headline swing with Killswitch
What?
Engage.
Yeah, I think it was the. Yeah, I
It
guess.
was like it was the Kill.
And they did a
Thrax or
co-headliner.
whatever.
Yeah, and they did a Killthrax, and they did a Black Label Society tour, which I saw also, where they co-headlined with Hatebreed opening, which was super bizarre,
That's weird. Yeah.
super weird. Don, you have any other news?
No, just a little tidbit of information was if anyone has gone out and seen the Springsteen movie yet, I fucking highly recommend it.
I haven't.
We want to
Regardless,
see it.
regardless of all the fucking negative naysay bullshit, you know, we can go into this another time.
Something to
but
see
all
the
I
Bob
can-
Dylan movie too, and Spinal Tap too.
It's on.
It's-
Bob Dylan movie's on Disney Plus. It's great.
Is it?
The Dylan
Oh,
movie is fantastic.
Thank you. I know what my tomorrow night is.
Oh yeah, Yeah, and anyway, the Springsteen movie is fantastic, but the lead singer for the Rival Sons is actually plays the vocalist for the Stone Pony band that Springsteen was going to see every weekend throughout the
Oh,
Métis,
Outside
Nebraska.
Johnny?
No, it wasn't Southside Johnny. It was a different band, but
I had a Southside Johnny record. Man, they were good.
but yeah, so
Weirdly good.
it was really cool to see Jay Buchanan up there doing his thing, and they
fun.
didn't even have to do a whole lot for costume. He just
No,
looks
'cause
like
he just
fucking
dresses
came out
like
of-
he-
He just looked like he crawled out of
Wardrobe by
something.
1974.
Exactly. So
Quick question. I am seeing
Yeah.
Starship this weekend.
Good. Well, what passes for Starship?
is it Mickey Thomas's Starship?
Yeah, it's Mickey Thomas's Starship. Yeah,
Okay, well at least you're
everything is what passes for everything nowadays. It's that's the timeline we live on.
Death
Do
to
you-
all. Death, everything to all.
there. Yes.
Yeah, there's also that's the world we live in. All you got to do is have like one dude that was remotely connected to them. Like they could go on tour with the high school baseball manager that knew the guy that was in Starship, and they could call it Starship. That they would at this point. Does anybody want a review of that, or should I just pretend that I never said this and Omar cut this? Omar cut this. Go ahead, Keefy.
I mean, if you have a good enough time that you feel like they deserve a review, you can write one.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I have
think it
seen
would
them
be
with Grace.
fun.
I've seen them with Grace Slick. So let me ask you this question: will this be my third time seeing the entity of the Starship plane? Because I saw Starship in 1994 with Grace Slick.
They were still touring in '94?
Private concert for
Oh.
the constructors of the arena that I worked at. That was the first event ever held at the arena. I saw Jefferson Airplane about 10 years ago. Let me rephrase what passes for Jefferson Airplane. Amazing, great, slick impersonation. There was one dude that like played, I don't know, ukulele or something that was in the band that was on an album sometime. And so now I'm seeing Mickey Thomas's Starship or Mickey Dolenz' Starship. I'm not sure.
Wait, was that Jefferson Starship you saw, not Jefferson Airplane?
Yes, it was Jefferson.
Okay.
No, it was Jefferson Airplane. I apologize. It was Jefferson Airplane.
Okay, because I know Jefferson Starship is also touring, and they
What?
Did this, yeah,
No.
they did this. They did this summer run with Brett Michaels, that fucking
Hang
weird
on.
party.
Hang
drop.
on. So hang on. Shut the front door. So we live in a timeline where Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, and Starship are all touring.
with nobody original in the band.
Okay, you know
Although
what?
Mickey Thomas probably counts because Mickey Thomas was actually.
Is Mike
and
Nesmith? Mike
Starship.
Nesmith's not there because Mike Nesmith is dead. So stop the planet.
Well, so is Mickey Thomas.
Talking about the Monkeys or Starship? I'm so
Does it
confused.
matter?
The
It kind of
Jefferson
does.
Monkey Ship. I don't know.
Omar cut this. The Monkeys are one of his top 5 bands ever.
I love the monkeys. I'm just.
By the
will
way,
be
me
mad
and
at you.
Omar have bonded over this. By the way, because
I have like 10 monkeys records.
I will die on that hill for them.
I like the ones that they didn't play on. Keefy.
Okay. That was crazy abrupt.
That was really. It's like,
All right.
it's like keeping it.
3 bits of news. The Grammy nominations for rock and metal were announced. We're going to cover them next week because just I don't have the bandwidth to deal with it right now. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. So this was like a big year for Record Store Day, Black Fridays in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever it is. Yeah. There's a lot of chatter on the Reddits about the quality of some reissues that are happening, that there's a kind of like, building a lot of hype about something that hasn't been reissued on vinyl, making them, selling them, and then people getting them and being like, what in the fuck is the sound of this? Tape hiss, clearly just remastered from a CD from the 90s. Like, why is this happening? So, again, we've been talking about the state of vinyl, the sales of vinyl. Taylor's vinyl is going to abnormally pump up the numbers for this year, but I think the reissue market, which is usually bought by lovers and players of their records, if you fuck these people, you're really going to get it. You're really going to feel it later. So, I, as a person that buys a lot of reissues and gets sent a lot of reissues, case in point, right behind me, I'm sure this thing's immaculate because I think Rhino did it, so it's probably fucking dope.
If Rhino did it, you know it's top notch.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 4 or 8 LPs in a fabric slip case with all kinds of doohickeys and extras. And I look forward to.
If I could, my copy of Black Sabbath, self-titled, is a Rhino reissue,
Yeah,
and it
they're
is
great.
literally one of my top 10 best sounding non-Japanese records.
All the Vertigo, Warner,
Oh, man.
whatever, Rhino, Sabbath first 6 are, well, obviously can't fix shitty, but like the rest of them are pretty amazing. Even Technical Ecstasy, which is, it still sounds great. And the thing that I want to talk about is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I promise after this, I won't bring it up again until next year, probably, until the nominations come out for next year. So Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was this weekend. I watched all of it. It's on Paramount Plus. There'll be a short public broadcast on ABC New Year's Day, a shortened version. Most of the presenters were great, except for Missy Elliott, who inducted Salt and Pepper, and she kind of winged her speech. You can wing the speech when you get inducted. You cannot wing the speech when you are inducting someone else. She fucking winged it, and it was whack. And I'm very disappointed. She looked cool, but like she sucked. And but everybody that performed was great. They kind of switched things up. I told this to Don. Usually, what they used to do is you get your award speech and then go perform. Now they've reversed that, where you perform and then give a speech, which I feel like you're fucking out of breath.
That's dumb.
Super dumb. Salt and Pepper, who were fabulous, and Kid and Play came out and just danced as backup dancers with them, which was hilarious.
Does he still have
the box?
The 7-story fro?
He has the flat top fade. He definitely has it. The high top.
That is amazing.
Tremendous.
Love it.
They both were wearing like Benetton matching. They matched the other dancers, the Salt and Pepper dancers. Opened up with the tribute to Sly Stone, led by Stevie Wonder and Jennifer Hudson. Fucking tight, Flea on bass and singing. Was really beautifully done. Nicky Hopkins tribute, beautiful. Joe Cocker tribute, really well done. Bryan Adams surprised me by not only singing a lot, but also inducting Joe Cocker, and really did great. Bryan Adams is like in his hero fucking arc. He looks great. He sounded great. Really surprised me. In the In Memoriam, Ozzy was the first one up. They did get Ace. I kind of missed it when they did, but they did get Ace. They got everybody, including a few people who were, inducted, like Nicky Hopkins and Joe Cocker and Sly, who all just passed, right? Obviously the number one thing for rock and metal fans, real like modern rock and metal fans, is obviously Soundgarden. So Soundgarden got like an award. Their award was accepted by Lily Cornell, who is Chris Cornell's oldest daughter from his first marriage with Susan Silver. She shouted out her mom and Kelly Curtis, who were the original managers of Soundgarden from 1988 to 2008, even though the band was broken up from 96 to 2008. And then, or 2012, I don't know, 2010. And then Speechifying by Lily, and then the video, and then the performance of Soundgarden. And I thought it was very well done. I know Nick is sort of warm and cold on Brandi Carlile. Don loves Brandi Carlile. I personally love Brandi Carlile, and I love Brandi Carlile with Soundgarden, and fans just fucking don't like her and don't understand. They hate her. So it's Taylor Momsen, who is Chris's protege. And look, nobody sings like you anymore. Nobody can actually do Chris, right? But like for a fair forgery, I will take it. And then Tony Cornell also came out and sang. And then after everybody accepted their awards out of breath and flushed, they did like one more performance. It's the only time they did this the whole night. And the one more performance was Fell on Black Days. And by the way, they did Rusty Cage. Opened up with Rusty Cage with basically Soundgarden, Taylor Momsen of the Pretty Reckless, and Jerry Cantrell and Mike McCready all on guitar. It was fucking sick. And then they did Fell on Black Days kind of acoustic with Nancy Wilson of Heart. You know how close she was to Soundgarden and Chains. And Chris, Nancy Wilson, Tony Cornell, who is the daughter, the second daughter, the youngest daughter, and the daughter of the second wife. And they showed the second wife one time in the crowd, and she's just fucking glowering the whole time. She seems like a terrible person.
Yeah.
It seems horrible. And some unknown cellist that I didn't know. But overall, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, really well done. And I did a live stream last night for like an hour and a half where I forecasted who else can get in rock and metal. But what I want to ask the two of you as the final part of my news check is dollars to donuts, gut reaction. Who Soundgarden's in? The big three of the big four of Seattle are in. Who has to get in next? And they're basically doing only. I mean, Oasis didn't even get in this year, so they're probably going to get in next year. Who has to get in next from rock and metal?
Okay, so who are the big three from Seattle? Help me.
Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden are all now in, and clearly we're talking about Alice in Chains today, and they are not in.
Okay, so I'm verifying that. Yeah, Alice in Chains has to go in. There's no question of that for me. In terms of metal,
well, I mean, I'm considering Alice in Chains as like rock.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I'm just gonna say in terms of proper metal, undisputed metal. We'll go with that.
Oh, that's good.
Iron Maiden definitely is the next one that should be.
That was my 1 and 2 in the show last night. Maiden and Chains. But okay.
However, Iron Maiden is never going in.
Hard disagree. I think once they get nominated, all that bullshit's going to go away, and they're going to be humble and take it.
I don't know. That's not what I mean. I mean they're never gonna get in. They're just
disagree.
I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was either going to do Priest or Maiden, and they threw Priest a bone. Didn't do a full-on induction, just enough to say.
I don't care about the categories. You're in.
I know you don't care. However, I'm talking about a situation. I care.
Okay.
Not a lot, but
give me one more classic rock band that's not in that should be, or a punk band.
Punk band that should be in. X.
Okay, fair. No one has said X. I didn't say X. That's a really good one, and we should do an X series at some point.
And Talking Heads in.
Talking Heads well in for
yeah,
a while.
they've been in for a while. Yeah.
And I think Byrne is also in as a solo artist, actually, too. And frankly, Tina Weymouth needs to be in as a solo artist, honestly. Don, next up, rock and metal. Who has to be in?
So I definitely say Maiden. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if anything, just for. I mean, it's Maiden, dude. Why the fuck aren't they? And I know they
for
talk
the same
a lot of
reason
shit.
Megadeth isn't in.
No, that's not true because Maiden's got at least
Maiden
another
is such a much bigger band.
15 years on.
I agree that Maiden is a much bigger band. However, Maiden is the offshoot of Metallica, and the people in the Rock Hall of Fame, Maiden is the offshoot. Yes.
Hold on. Now I'm gonna take you to the mat for that one, dude. To say that Maiden is.
I'm not saying they are. No, Megadeth is.
Oh, I thought you were saying Maiden. Okay,
no,
sorry.
Megadeth is never going to get in because they're not Metallica. Metallica got in. Maiden is never going to get in because Judas Priest got in. We're talking about the same.
Basically, watch my live stream when I discuss this exact topic. Go ahead. Go on.
I still think that Maiden might be maybe another 2, 3, 4 years down the road though, because I feel like this happens in cycles. Is that like they'll let like a big metal in, and then
absolutely
deserve
2 or 3 years. Absolutely deserve.
Yeah, and they'll go like 2 or 3 years, and we won't get like another big metal band. But then, I think Maiden's going to pop up again, whether as a nominee or they'll get in. And I do predict that if they do get in, it's going to be like an Alex Lifeson level speech, like where Bruce is basically just going to be like, "Yeah, well, you finally let us in. Oh, I can't believe this actually happened."
Don, give me a second band that's not a band we talked about. Give me one more band from rock and metal that should be in that is not in.
So this is kind of rock. It's old school though, but I'm gonna say Tony Joe White. I've been going at this for years. So Tony Joe White. Do you know who Tony Joe White is?
Yeah, but like, why? Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, why obscure? So obscure.
Yeah, but the thing is,
never gonna get in.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, but the reason why he does, I mean, the guy wrote some of the biggest songs that were sung by other artists.
Not gonna get in just for that.
Not gonna get in. Don
Rundgren is in. Jesus,
Don,
come on.
Don, you're cut.
Yeah,
well, no,
I didn't understand the assignment. Don.
Haven't they had people in as songwriters? Like, do they do that at all?
Not for metal.
Yeah, that's true.
Lieber and Stoller, who stole everything. Holland, Dozier, and Holland. Those guys.
Oh, yeah.
The Brill Building. Yeah. Phil Spector, Ron Rundgren, Don Was. These people are all in. I know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and so and that's just my thing. I'm kind of partial to it because he wrote some of my favorite songs, and he's
also. Can I just say Phil Oakes deserves to be in?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They
really have very few. Almost no folkies are in the Hall of Fame.
I know he deserves it.
So I'm gonna. I had Maiden, and I obviously I just did 40 fucking bands last night. I'm going to give you two that aren't top of mind for everybody else that will surprise you. Number
Shock
one,
me.
Pantera. Pantera's going to get in because of the goodwill, because of the Pantera reunion tour and a upcoming Pantera live album that has yet to be announced. And when Pantera gets in, that opens the door for Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, even as an influence later on. Motorhead needs to be in. And then here's the shocker, because I will die on this motherfucking hill. Courtney Love of Hole needs to fucking get in. Not before STP, probably not before Smashing Pumpkins have their day, but Hole 100% needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
I had no idea you could stab me with a shocker, but you just did.
Well, Nine Inch Nails is in already, and I know you don't care for Joy Division and New Order. So, like, we're not.
I know. I'm indifferent. I don't know them. I could not. If I heard them, I would never know.
That's my news check. Grammys next week.
I did have one that I totally forgot because I actually had like a small list. Based
Is it a
on what
good
you and I were
one?
talking about. It was Mazzy Star. I know they're not metal, but
no,
they didn't have a long enough.
No.
Career. No, zero.
None of that works on this level.
10,000 Maniacs and maybe even Belly before Mazzy Star. I love
10,000 Maniacs is not it.
Belly and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Those words should never be said in the same
disagree.
weekend.
I think you don't know. I think you just don't know. Go back to being indifferent. You had your turn. Here's a couple of other shockers that I threw out there. Phil Collins as a solo artist needs to be a lock, and I would like to see him get the treatment Ozzy got where he gets in before he fucking perishes.
Not a shock. Totally right.
And then some punk bands that are not in that probably need to be, again, Bikini Kill, L7, Bad Religion.
No Effects.
Probably No Effects. Probably Blink-182 is going to get in. I don't care for them.
But they deserve it.
They're enormous. And they basically copied No Effects' style and did that more mainstream than No Effects. And that's why they will probably get in. But I hate the idea of Tom DeLonge being in the Hall of Fame. Mark is a sweet guy, and I think probably Barker's not a terrible human being. That's all the news for now. Again, Grammy rundown next week during the Chaser. Shirt check, Nicholas.
John 5, Tour 2019, the last tour I saw before the COVID shutdown.
He is on tour right now with Richie Kotzen.
Yeah. Yes, I know. And you know where he's not coming? I know where he's not coming. Not coming to St. Louis. He's not been here.
No one cares.
Not been here since this tour.
That sucks. Don, what you wearing?
Dude, I'm rocking my Ghost Cult T-shirt, motherfuckers.
Oh, Don, I need you to wipe that stuff off your mouth.
Well, this was a former Keith shirt, so it's a little crunchy down here at the bottom, but it's okay.
It's a shirt I can't.
Oh, God.
All the Ghost Cult T-shirts are personally come in by me personally as a jizz mop before I send them.
It's like, yeah, hold on, it's like, look at this shirt.
How do you think I frosted that logo so perfectly on the shirt, bro?
Do you have any idea how much a jizz mopper makes an hour?
I mean, I know how much Omar used to make being a jizz mopper, so.
Was he really?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Was he really?
Sometimes. He mostly dubbed terrible porns at a store. He'll tell you that story sometime.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Has it been 7 minutes?
What?
Has it been 7 minutes?
Oh, it's been 7
sure.
minutes.
Nobody cussed.
Oh, that's fucking. Oh, that.
No, John. Okay. John is like Bob from Fight Club. That's fucking great.
Like, oh.
All right, my shirt check is I'm recycling some retired shirts from last year. So Descendents has made a reappearance. I do love Milo, and I love Descendents. And I have a Descendents reissue to review at some point, too.
I will drink of the bonus cup.
You bonus cup it, and then we'll speed run the remainder of the Alice in Chains history.
We don't got. Oh yeah. Go. Who's running the history?
Me.
Do it, baby.
So Jar of Flies comes out. Self-titled album comes out. Disaster is touring. Layne is barely capable of touring. And they get invited to do Unplugged, which again makes sense. They have two of the best EPs in history. And ever since Sap and Dirt and Jar of Flies, now I think going forward, I think the Tripod album, what we learned was they're melding these two halves of the Alice in Chains personality. Sad and depressed, quiet, angry, vengeful, avant-garde metal, a little bit. Don said something last week, which is the White Stripes are a band that influenced a ton of bands that he hates. And he holds it against the White Stripes. I do not hold this against Alice in Chains, but you have to admit the impact that Dirt and Alice in Chains has on the entire musical landscape of the 90s. The biggest band ever goes from the Black Album to Load and Reload because of two bands. Alice
Oh,
in
I
Chains.
thought you were going to say metalcore.
No. Alice in Chains, although a lot of metalcore bands are inspired by Alice in Chains. Metallica makes Load and Reload because of Alice in Chains, Dirt, and COC, Deliverance, right? Those are the two poles that form the James and Lars's, like, let's do groove rock and 70s rock and stoner rock and not do metal, thrash metal anymore. Okay. They can't tour.
Don't forget, you're not gonna mention Carnival of Souls.
I'm not going to mention Carnival Souls. You did yesterday. You did last week. There's no need to keep talking about this.
Nick's glory
record.
hole album.
Yeah, really. Like, that's the record Nick fucks when he's.
I do fuck that record. That's an amazing record.
You know what else that record does? Is it fucks you when you listen to it because it's not that great.
And then it cuddles you when you're done.
It was good to begin with. There was a good idea. Poor execution, like everything else. Oh, and I guess we didn't talk about this. The Kiss Cruise weekend is this weekend. The Kiss Cruise on Land, garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Gene played his first gig since his handful of canceled solo dates and his handful of dates he actually did do. So Gene played a little mini show for fans with Thayer, singer, and the guitarist from his band. So I saw some footage of Gene doing like Dr. Love, completely dispassionate, kind of like enjoying.
Oh, thank God he played Calling Dr. Love.
Right. Yeah. Nothing you missed out on. Trust me. So they get invited to do Unplugged. Alice in Chains is an obvious band to do Unplugged. They've had so many. And, Layne is in pretty bad shape. They barely are in communication with him. He makes it to rehearsals. It's clear that he's ill. Jerry has pneumonia during the fucking run up to the show, and he's miserably sick, vomiting into a bucket off camera. So
and he gets food poisoning right before the show.
Well, he had pneumonia too. So like he had pneumonia and the runs, and he's literally like coming out of both ends bad. But he's that's why they had to kind of like redo takes of a few things in front of the live studio audience. In 1995, when this is happening, I am working at said bagel store in the West Village of New York City. Did you know that I'm from New York?
And, tell us about it.
Good times. My first job I held from 1988 to 1995 I worked at Bagels on the Square in the West Village, also in the neighborhood of Matt Humanoff's Guitars and a bunch of great record stores that formed me and shaped me. And I was trying desperately to win tickets to go to this. It sold out immediately. Then all the tickets were by like contest. So it was like the Brooklyn Academy. Music has a different name now. Gorgeous theater, mostly only used for jazz and classical. And Alice in Chains is like the first rock band to play there of any stripe. And Metallica is in New York City recording Load. So that's why Metallica is in the front row off camera. MTV was told like not to show them because they had cut their hair. So they all have short hair. It's the first time they were out in public with the short hair. And Omar cut this, another 6 degrees of Omar-eration. Omar and the guitar player from Salted Wounds are stalking the studio in Manhattan, Right Track Recordings, and the record plant, the New York one that's now closed. And they were stalking Metallica, trying to find them. And James came out for like a smoke break, and they cornered him. And they showed him a notebook of song band names, and he picked Salted Wounds out of that. That's a great story. I have to say, inherently, that's like a publicist's wet dream story. Named by James Hetfield in 1995 in an alley behind the recording studio. I mean, like that shit makes itself up. You can't make that shit up. So, the band is I think the rest of the band kind of knew, as we discussed the fatalist and sad aspects of the Tripod album, is that they are coming to terms with the fact that this beautiful, great, monolithic thing they built that should be humongous is petering out because of drugs and alcohol. Not just Layne. Everybody is on something or drinking something bad. So I know there's a lot of finger pointing at Layne, and there's like a new Layne book. For years, there was this like mythical Layne Diaries book similar to the Kurt Cobain Diaries. This just came out. I think it's on Amazon. It's kind of mishmash together. It wasn't edited properly or whatever, but like people are like coming all over themselves for having it on.
You could never pay me enough to read a book like that.
Well, I'll tell you, I read the Kurt book and I felt bad doing it because I don't think he intended these things to be known.
Hence why you could never pay me enough to read them.
There's a part of me that's morbidly curious. So
I get that. This is where I struggle with, like, posthumous like autobiographies, whatever, and shit, like biographies, like the whole like the Dio thing, Wendy Dio finishing it. Like I won't read it, you know.
I
But
read
read
it.
it.
like
It's
the
good.
is it
It's
good?
really
Okay,
good,
well then
really good.
I'll believe you guys and I'll give that a
Duncan and I are going to
read.
be discussing that at length this weekend when we do Dio at Domino's.
Oh,
Domino's.
I'll tune in. That's
Is he
fucking
gonna get
Not-
order at number 8?
It's more of an Italian restaurant, not a chain pizza place.
Wait,
My
is that
Italian
the
bread.
crooner Dio?
Yeah, crooner. It's like
Yeah,
Dio and the
yeah.
Prophet, Ronnie Dio
Dio
and
and
the Prophets.
Ron Dio and the Prophets. Well, because that's the thing is that you're talking about that book, that Layne Staley book. I think you were talking about. I don't know if it's the same one. It's called Angry Chair. Is that the one? Horrible, horrible. That book actually ruined those kinds of books for me. So, like, unless it was like an actual official book,
Well, the family now took control of it, and what they're doing is all the parts of the proceeds are going to a charity for recovery in Seattle for heroin addicts. So that's good.
Mhm.
But I agree. It's like he did want a book of his art and sketches to come out.
Yeah.
He talked about it. There's a famous interview where he was like, I would really love to put a book of my artwork out and lyrics, handwritten lyrics and things like that. So he wanted that. I think the rest of it, you should have taken a little more care. But okay.
What is he, an Images poet now?
I mean, you know.
Wait, that's not Images. That's something. I'm sorry. Wrong poems. Are we going to mention the Kiss tour, or did we already talk about that enough?
Are y'all talking about me again? I'm in the box. Ah.
I miss Chubby Layne.
I do too, man.
He was,
Chubby Layne
I mean,
was so
that's like
cute.
1991.
Two.
It's not even 96.
That was like 90. Like
That was
90.
that was before he could afford the hair on.
So I sadly did not get to go to the MTV Unplugged. And but I still was like counting down the days till this thing hit the air. And the record came out pretty quick. Like it was one of the most watched things ever on MTV because they were gone as a band. They were like years and years off the road, except for those Kiss shows late that are terrible apparently. And
the Kiss shows happened a month after they recorded this.
Yeah.
So it was super fast.
Yeah, the Kiss reunion shows May, June.
July. Just July.
July. This album comes out in August. They recorded in April. They had rehearsed a few extra songs we'll talk about that didn't make it. And then the record comes out, and I have many thoughts to share. I listen to this record all the time. We'll get there. Let us quickly I don't think we have done the 1996 year in rock and metal in a very long time. So
I want to mention one thing before we do that, so I don't forget this. I was looking through the Alice in Chains post-Layne discography, while he was still alive, and they released a live record in 2000. And on that live record, there are 2 songs, Them Bones and God Am, they were recorded in St. Louis on the Kiss tour.
That's awesome. There's also
wow.
Queen of the Rodeo is also on there, which I talked about in the very first episode.
And then there's also a couple from the next night in Kansas City, which I just thought that was pretty cool. So,
right on.
Go ahead.
I do have there'll be a coda at the end of the discussion of Unplugged and the track listing and everything. I have a mini, 1 minute to Layne's death catch up where they put out a little bit of more music with Layne that's heavy right before he passed. Let's go.
Okay, let's speed run the year.
Speed run the year. Yay, nay, minor pontification allowed. The Jester Race by In Flames, phenomenal. No. I have it.
No.
The best album by Cryptopsy, None So Vile.
No.
If you hate Christians, that's an album for you. My favorite album of this year is Enema by Tool. Yes.
No. God.
No.
Also incredible, October Rust by Typo Negative.
God, no.
No.
Load by Metallica. Yes.
Hell yes.
No.
Morning Rise by Opeth, their debut.
No.
Their second album, sorry. The Great Southern Trendkill, future podcast subject in 2026, Pantera.
Not yet.
Future Hall of Famer. Through Silver and Blood, disgraced now, but an incredible album by Neurosis. Yes.
No.
Life is Peachy, the second album from Korn. Yes.
God, no.
No.
Elegy by Amorphous. Yes.
No.
No.
Evil Empire by Rage Against the Machine.
No.
No, but great album.
The Time of the Oath by Halloween. Good band.
No.
No, but great band.
Sentenced. The album is called Down, but the band is Sentenced from Finland. Great band. I don't have it.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Irreligious by Moonspell, one of the 85,000 albums Moonspell has put out in the 90s.
Them in Paradise Lost.
I have Godspell, but I think that's a different thing.
That's a whole different thing. That's a musical.
Godspell.
Day by
I have
day.
Speak and Spell. I have a Speak
You
and
are
Spell.
Speak and Spell. Yeah, you are. Yeah, literally. Moonspell, Godspell, Speak and Spell. What a fucking trio we are. The Politics of Ecstasy, the second album by Nevermore.
No.
No, no.
We don't talk about Iced Earth because of Traitors. Broken Glass by Crowbar.
No.
One of the Grammy-winning Wise Blood by Corrosion and Conformity. Incredible.
No. Still on
Don't
that
have
tour,
it,
though.
but great record.
Great fucking future podcast subject. Perpendicular by Deep Purple. No, thank you very much.
Hard no.
Terrible. Terrible.
So actually very soft no, because it
Even though
was
that
soft.
Steve Morse is on that album, but also yeah,
A soft no. I need
soft
to use
no.
that from
Pretty
now on.
good.
That's
A soft
amazing.
no. Don has never been a soft anything in his whole life. Dusk and Her Embrace, Cradle of Filth, their second album. The
No.
very forgettable Overnight Sensation by Motorhead.
No, God, no.
I didn't even
Soft
remember
no.
that one. Soft.
And
That's a
the
soft
great
note.
album by Catatonia, Brave Murder Day.
No.
No.
The famous final album with Sepultura by Max Cavalera, Roots, Bloody Roots.
Never actually heard it.
No, but that's a great record, though.
How did you never?
I've got
how did you
live
never hear
versions
it?
of it.
Don has heard it.
My stupid cousin told me it sucked.
Your stupid cousin, stupid. Is that the same Trumpy cousin you keep fighting?
Yeah,
with on Facebook?
yeah, it's the same one.
Fuck that
God
guy.
damn it, Nick.
He
Stop
introduced me
listening
to-
to your stupid cousin, okay?
Perfect timing because Carcass Swan Song also came out in 1996. Jeff,
No.
tell us about Swan Song by Carcass.
Swan Song. Oh, what do you want to know about Swan Song?
Barely.
It's a record we made when we were on the drugs.
No, it's just the record they made sober, which is why it's not great.
Oh, there we go. Either way, too
I'm
much
going
drugs
back.
or not
I'm going to
enough
go back to
drugs.
hanging out with Miss Gazai dance. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
All right, good. Nemesis Divina by Satyricon. Good album.
I've never heard it. No.
This album fucks, but live, not so much. Antichrist Superstar, Marilyn Manson.
Terrible. No.
No, it's incredible. As Paige Hamilton said, after The Beautiful People, I will never write a good riff ever again.
Did
Here
he
in
really say that? Paige
Yep.
Hamilton of all
in
people?
front of me at a concert. Here in After by Immolation. Great album
He's
for
on-
Nick. Death metal.
Boys taking
Passage
drugs.
by Samael. Great album. Dope Sick by I Hate God, their third studio album.
No.
We were talking about I Hate God last night, Don and I.
I know.
Like Gods of the Sun by My Dying Bride.
Mm-mm.
The debut album or the second album by Converge, Petitioning the Empty Sky. I once saw Converge in a VFW in Salem, Mass. Played a nobody but me.
I saw Pepper Keenan's band Graveyard Rodeo played a VFW hall on Thursday night.
I'm so jealous. I really wish I could have. Secrets of the Black Arts by Dark Funeral.
No.
Storm Blast by Dimmu Borgir, their second album.
No.
Test for Echo by Rush. It's actually a
No.
pretty good record.
That's a great record, though. I like that
I
one.
saw that tour. That was like my first tour seeing them in a while. Antichrist by Gorgoroth. That's the guy that's
No.
like, what inspires you? Satan. That guy. Filth Pig by Ministry. I feel like as years go by, I like this record more and more. Oh, we
Oh.
lost Nick because he probably touched his microphone.
Because he touches microphone. Stop touching
I
Stop touching your
highly doubt-
fucking microphone, Nick.
I highly doubt he has any of these records.
I
Nick,
highly doubt I have any of them.
going
either, so-
once, going twice. Go for Nick. Are you back?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
You were not hearable. Filth Pig by Ministry. Nick, yay or nay?
No.
No.
Down on the Upside, the final album at the time by Soundgarden before the breakup.
No.
Soundgarden series next year, I
Ugh.
hope.
I like it.
Okay.
Triarchy of the Lost Lovers by Rotting Christ.
Wait, what of the Lost Lovers?
Triarchy of the Lost Lovers. I don't know.
Not tracheotomy?
Triarchy. Come on, catch up.
I'm just saying tracheotomy would be way better
No, wait.
for a death metal band.
Pagan Terrorism Tactics by Acid Bath. Great album.
Lots of words, no.
No.
Infotainment by Pitch Shifter, aka British Fear Factory.
No, thank you.
Can you say that fast again?
Infotainment from
Fifth after-
British Fear Factory. Pitch Shifter. Shit
Shit
Pitcher.
pitcher.
You guys,
Not shit pitcher.
you guys like
Shit
shit pitcher?
I'm sure that's why they named their band that way.
It's like Shit Pitcher's my favorite band. Fucking A.
Two to
Every
go.
band is somebody's.
Two to go. Nick wanted to finish fast. Vile by Cannibal Corpse, former podcast subject.
No, one.
Do not have. And finally, Cathedral, Supernatural Birth Machine, which I feel like I remember being very mid with a terrible album cover.
That was a very mid album.
That title is straight out of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World.
Welcome to the also album cover by Aldous Huxley. Okay, we're going to go right into the track by track unless you have anything else to add.
No, I said I might be.
Do you have any memories of the show of watching it before we talk about the album and the quality?
I probably didn't watch it, honestly.
Wow. They're all getting off of Paramount soon, so you want to go onto your Paramount Plus and watch all the Unplugged before they're gone.
Don't have.
Okay,
So,
done.
Yeah, I saw it. Actually, I set my VCR to record it.
Remember,
So
I did
watch
not
it when I
like
got
Alice
home
in
from work.
Chains even a little at this time.
You know, because up to that point, Unplugged was a fucking mammoth of a show. You know, like everybody was on that show at the time, and I think I was more
Tears in
excited.
Heaven.
Yeah. What's the difference between a toddler and a bag of cocaine? But anyway, Clapton would never let a bag of cocaine fall out of a window. Anyway,
You had to say it, Layla.
But anyway, I digress. But anyway, I feel like there was so many different artists on this show, like seeing Pearl Jam on it, whatever. You know, everything was. I mean, dude, even fucking Rat had a great Unplugged.
Didn't LL Cool J do one?
He was fucking
MTV
incredible.
Uptown, LL Cool J, Mary J. Blige, Joe, incredible. It's
Dude,
My
one of the
favorite
best
one
ones.
is still the Jimmy Page and Robert Plant Unleaded.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the one when Paul Stanley talked about the Kiss Unplugged. He's like, some people say they show up, they plug in. I think he was throwing a dart at Led Zeppelin because they were unplugged for like 20 minutes, and then they went,
Kiss Unplugged is fucking terrific.
It's
fucking incredible.
my favorite. That is
So
what Unplugged should be. Is something that powerful. But Kiss also played they were smart. They played the songs that sounded best acoustic. They played all their big chordy songs rather than their riffy songs.
Yeah, I also recorded this on. I recorded.
Did you do it too?
In real
VHS?
time. Yeah, and I watched this thing endlessly, and then it came out on VHS, and I bought it, and then it came out on CD, and I bought it.
Bought it.
I love this thing. I still listen to it all the time. Literally weekly, I listen to this record, and I do all the songs, like most of them, on karaoke. Okay,
I hope we're friends in an hour.
I think we'll still be friends in 20 minutes. Nutshell
Okay, good.
opens the
Watch
show. I love how they came out one guy at a time. And Layne last, obviously. I thought it was beautifully performed. And, just an incredible opener. And still my favorite song from Jar of Flies. And my favorite song off of this by a lot. But it's all pretty great. Nick.
I do not need this song. I do not enjoy the performance. I did not think it lent itself very well acoustically, and I thought it was the worst kind of acoustic song on the Unplugged.
It's
Don,
an acoustic song in the first place, by the way.
Yeah.
is it? Okay, well,
Yeah.
On the
I'm
record
sorry.
we just did last week. All right, buddy.
I don't remember. No, it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 17 weeks ago,
Last
other weeks ago.
week.
No, last week was Tripod.
So
So
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, y'all
Whatever.
did 2 weeks ago when I was gone. So
Okay, done.
I don't know what boys taking drugs. Anyway, I think that Nutshell was like the perfect opener. Even not knowing that this was going to be the end was very, very soon. But I actually remember watching it and not even thinking that he was on his way out, and just crying because he was so frail and so fragile, but his voice was just like he was given it. He was given the last bit that he had, I feel like, and that was just such a great opener. Love it. Love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, it is a perfect song. It's a perfect opener. It's my favorite song on Jar of Flies. Next up is Brother. Brother is a song from Sap that originally featured Ann Wilson of Heart singing on it. There's a little dropout part where it's just a cappella, which is chilling to hear Jerry and Layne just sing naked. Again, Jerry has a fever. He's shitting and puking his guts out off camera. Layne is a wreck. And this song is so fucking compelling. This, again, is a song Jerry wrote to his younger brother when his parents divorced.
It reminds me of the episode of the Rams game when Marshall Falk threw up on the line of scrimmage and still ran for 40 yards. This is a much. He was a beast. He was the greatest running back of all time, in my opinion. All-purpose running back. Because he caught passes and ran equally well.
Yeah. I know what all-purpose means.
But Don doesn't.
Barry Sanders might have a disagreement, but go ahead.
Fair enough. I liked this song a lot better. The problem I have with this Unplugged, though, is it's a little bland. And when you don't have an extraordinarily large attachment to these people or to this group, it's a little more difficult. And so I'm having difficulty at this point really glomming onto the songs on this album. Done.
That's interesting that you said that from that perspective, because I wholeheartedly disagree, because Lady L over here, my incredible, awesome wife, is not a fan at all of this. We were listening to the Unplugged on the way home from going to run some errands and shit, and she was
listen to you, fancy bougie man. We run errands.
No,
we have a
actually,
checking account.
Okay, you know what we had to do? We went to the lawyer to talk about wills. Yeah, how you like that shit?
I already did that 2 years ago, bitch.
It's because you have a fucking lawyer wife, dude. If I had a lawyer wife, I would have had
You have a doctor wife. You have a doctor wife.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But anyway,
way more student loans.
That's the kind of doctor that can save you money, though, unless you have an incurable rare disease.
Look, dude, if you get the clap, she can tell you how to get rid of it. That's about it.
You know how you stick
she
a candle
married
up your
you,
dick.
so anything is possible.
Hey, dude, you're so gross. But no, I think that this album really did have a connection was a potential album that people who did not have an investment into this band to hear something. Because when we were driving off today, like Lizzie heard Brother, actually we were listening to it, and she was like, this is a really sad but like really nice song. And I was like, yeah. She goes, I would have not thought that they could have played like this. So I think that kind of carries over into that.
And that's what Unplugged is supposed to do.
Yeah, I think so too.
It just didn't do that for me on this album.
Yeah. But I do have to say that Brother was definitely a better take for me than the Sap version. And I love the Sap version. But again, there was something about just that raw kind of the fragility, to it.
Yeah, I think some of these songs, as we discussed offline, work much better unplugged than plugged, but that's another story in a little while. But I think did Crosby, Stills and Nash ever get to do an unplugged? They should have. And
they did. Yeah,
did they? I barely remember.
I think Unplugged Crosby, Stills and Nash was like a Tuesday in Nashville or a Wednesday in New York.
Yeah. Well, I just think like the vocal call out is very reminiscent of CSNY as well as Eagles. Like that's the thing Eagles would do. Eagles. Third track, huge hit single off of Jar of Flies, No Excuses, led by, Jerry and Layne. Wonderful fucking singing. I think Layne kind of sang his way into shape during this song for the rest of the performance. Like he was a little rocky. I think some of his vocal choices are a little, Weaver-Rooney because he can't kind of hit some of the things. But like on this, he nailed it. Nick.
Sledge Factory is a much better song. What I'm finding is the songs I know better, I'm enjoying more. Done.
So No Excuses.
We're not talking about Sledge Factory. We're talking about No Excuses, but
No
okay.
Excuses.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Let it go. I meant that about No Excuses. No Excuses is a song I really know well, and I much enjoy. The first two I don't really remember. This one I know. Everybody knows this one, and it was a much more enjoyable listen. Sorry.
No Excuses to me is one of the only songs on this collection that actually sounds almost identical to the studio version, because it's not any different than it was on Jar of Flies. So, great song. And I have to say, I'm glad they dropped it in so high up in the set list, because in comparison to the other songs, it's not as strong of a song. But strategically, I love that you can hear, like Keefy said, Layne's vocals on this. His voice in those first two songs got to this point, and now that power is back in his voice. And I just love it, though.
Right on. I want to drop one more little bit of science on this, which is that one of the things about the Unplugged that really highlights the band is not just Inez and Kenny as a rhythm section, but of course, Sean's playing, which is sometimes overshadowed by riffage and incredible vocals, and he doesn't really get talked about in the upper echelon of drummers like a Danny Carey of Tool or Tomas from Meshuggah. But like the opening drum, like little opening drum intro of No Excuses, the beats on Angry Chair, his drumming on Wood really comes to the fore. And again, I was talking about this during Dirt, these like Middle Eastern drum patterns that he made part of his rock lexicon. Fabulous. Next track is Sludge Factory. We talked about this being kind of a mid song. I personally love this song. Don loved this song on Jarflies. Nick did not. I think it works even better unplugged than as a heavy, heavy song. And I think like in the chorus of Sludge Factory, Jerry kind of drops out, maybe because he wasn't feeling well, but Layne kind of carries it, and it is about him. It's personally, it was like that story about, we had no pressure but brilliance by day 9 because they had 9 days to finish all the vocals for the album or they were going to drop the band. So I think this works actually even better than on the Tripod album. It works even better than on the Tripod album. And kind of has got like a much better life in this form. Nick, what do you think? Did it grow on you anymore or no?
No.
Okay.
No, still don't love it. Don?
Fucking love it. And again, to kind of go back to what Keefy was talking about, like, this is a good example of how a song taken out of its original element can be better. Like, I thought Sludge Factory was great on Tripod, but it is absolutely outstanding on this one because I feel like the kind of drop-tuned acoustics kind of almost lend more to the song itself than it did when it was more electrified. And also, I feel like Layne's vocals in general being a lot more organic than they were on the studio version of this one is
apropos of nothing. Nice. Apropos of nothing, I think lemon lime Gatorade Zero tastes like urine.
That's like, disgusting. Like I don't even know how you know that.
A homeless guy's urine because I'm drinking one in the background because I'm still coughing.
Never drink a zero, period.
Well, I can't do the sugar. So
they're worse for you.
Like I refuse to drink urine, period, unless it's employed.
Okay. Like deployed?
Like
that's you? Piss Drinkers Monthly.
God damn it, Nick.
I don't remember if it's No Excuse.
Jeff Walker's here to talk to you and say, Nick, you need to fucking... Nick, it's your mother.
Oh, God.
I think Nick's mom's a redhead. Anyway.
We got to keep moving.
No Excuses or Sludge Factory is the one where Inez starts playing Enter Sandman because Metallica's in the front row, as I mentioned before.
Uh-huh.
Metallica's in the front row. They're recording their album, and no one had ever seen them in public with the short hair. Yeah, pretty funny. And he wrote on his guitar, his bass guitar, acoustic bass, electric acoustic bass.
Yeah.
Friends that let friends get friends haircuts, which is like going to such a sick burn. Next song, Down in a Hole, the brilliant Down in a Hole off a Dirt hit single for the band, popular music video, beautifully done unplugged. Thoughts, Nick?
You nailed it. This is perfect. 10 out of 10. Done.
Fucking incredible song. I mean, absolutely. I just, again, like this album, I don't know, as it progresses, like I feel like my heart just kind of both grows and shrinks at the same time, because it's like, it's bittersweet, but this is one of those songs that just kind of, I don't know, kind of wrecks me a little bit every time I hear it. And it's so, and by the way, let's not rule out Scott Olsen, who
I was about to talk about him,
co-guitar player.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, he produced Cantrell's solo album, but then also did Heart and
he's an engineer and producer.
I think
he worked in
like
London.
That.
Yeah, he worked with Terry Date and London Bridge Studios. He actually is in a hospice because he has dementia.
He has dementia.
He's like 63 and he has dementia, which fucking totally sucks.
But anyway, I thought that was great because I feel like on this song was the first time that it really stood out that there was a second guitar player, and it was not a bad sound for Alice in Chains.
No, and I would say that
guitarist,
and Don knows this, being Don, is that I think sometimes when you play acoustic instruments live, they go thin. Because so instead of trying to combat that with an army of guitars or play 12 string, which may not come naturally to everybody, I like that they just let Jerry be Jerry, and they had the backing guitar player who was very competent and capable to hold down the multiple parts. And between Inez and Kinney, no extra instrumentation, no cellists, no extra guest musicians really, except Scotty, which is nice. And I think that Jerry is helping pay for his hospice care. I might have read that somewhere,
That's awesome.
which is like, because
That's
he's kind of alone in the world also. So it's the dementia
yeah,
and alone in the world.
that's
Not in
terrible.
the original broadcast, but in the album, and now when you watch it now, it's in it. Angry Chair. They also tried We Die Young, and they were gonna do Man in the Box also, and they, rehearsed them and said fuck no. But Angry Chair, which is, another Dirt classic in two in a row, and Layne composition, really like what is, more painful than watching Layne in an angry chair sing about being in his angry chair. Nick.
The vocals on at this portion of the show are tremendous. They're not good, but they're beautifully tortured, and that really carried it for me. Done.
Yeah, I was actually gonna. That's great you said that, Nick, because I was gonna say that, like if you were to bring a vocal coach in and be like, how did this sound, or like in comparison, somebody might say like that's not a top tier performance. But when I listen to this, I think it is absolutely outstanding. I think it's beautiful. And I think because, again, even before we knew he was going to pass away, we knew where he was at. So this was a fucking triumph that he was even able to sing with this much gusto and this much power. And I don't know. Angry Chair is also one of the songs that, like, now that he's gone, it hurts even more to listen to him sing these songs that were about him. And even the ones that, like Angry Chair, that he wrote was very much, autobiographical. And
Yep.
and you guys can, and I want to ask you guys this real quick and see, does listening to this after the fact that Layne has passed away, like, knowing that we heard it when it came out, but now we're listening, does it have a different impact on you guys
Not
listening
for
to
me.
it?
No, no.
For
Okay.
me, yes. Like, it's so much more painful.
I
Yeah.
don't. Again, I don't have a connection though. I have no connection to this band.
That's very
Mhm.
sad. Oh well. Third Dirt in a row. Rooster, big hit single. They close their shows with it now, but at this point in their career, it was in the middle of the set as usual. Um, Pretty much a rote unplugged version of the electric, but does seem equally heavy to the heavy version. Nick.
This is the best song on the album. Everything led up to this, and everything goes down after this. Done.
I thought it was fantastic, but again, kind of similar to No Excuses. Even though this was an acoustic version of the electric song, I didn't feel like it deterred much, so it didn't really have anything that popped out that made me feel big feels, you know what I mean? But I mean, it was incredible, but not a showstopper for me.
Fair enough. Next track, another hit single, like all hits except a few. Got Me Wrong from Sap and Clerks. So now that Clerks is in the world and Sap has become also kind of a gold EP along with the platinum Jar of Flies album. Got Me Wrong, pretty great version unplugged, and considering how sick Jerry was when his lead part comes in, he rules. Nick.
Not a bad song. I enjoy this one. I enjoy everything that comes with Clerks. Basically, done.
Again, great song. It's not one of my favorites, but this is one of those ones that, because of how it's sequenced and where it's actually placed in this live set, that it actually kind of drew me in more so than hearing it when I heard it on its own. So I thought it was, and again, perfectly placed. I thought good midway. It's not forgettable, but it's not super memorable either, but it's solid.
Noted. Uh, Getting down to the wire. Heaven Beside You, unplugged, fully unplugged. What do you think, Nick?
I will never have a good thing to say about this song.
Damn.
Done.
Ouch.
Incredible. I mean, it's a beautiful song. It's
I
like
hate this. I hate this song.
I always thought this would be like a perfect wedding song for goths. Like it's like a perfect goth wedding, like walking down the aisle to Heaven Beside You, you know. Like I don't know. It again, I prefer this version over the studio version. I just think it's perfect. Love it.
Fair enough. The closer of the original broadcast, the hit song from Dirt Wood. Pretty great, I thought.
I
Nick.
agree. Very damn good. Done.
I absolutely, like, I tear up every time I listen to it, knowing that this is like one of the last things that I would ever hear, like, from that moment. And just a little heads up too, a little bit of trivia is that in the actual video for Wood, the shirt that Layne Staley is wearing is actually Andrew Wood's shirt that his girlfriend Zana gave him to wear, and he wore it in the video as a tribute to
Well, here's
Andrew
some
Wood.
here's some more trivia that Wood is basically about Lane's longtime girlfriend Demery, who would die like a couple of years later,
Yep.
and then he lost his will to live, basically, because she
Hmm.
died, which we'll talk about in a minute. Then, not on the broadcast, but on the album and the current videos, Frogs, which is a song that Nick was kind of met on. I feel like this song is so much better than the Tripod album version, even without the croaking frogs and the other extra music concrete. I think this song actually like rules now in the Unplugged. Nick.
A lack of stickiness at this point on the album. When at this point, it becomes very rough for me to even get through. Done.
All right. Jeez.
Great fucking song. I do wish that these three songs though would have been sequenced a little differently throughout the set because this is really a kind of a fucking downer to end the show with. But I'm like you, I like this one more so than the studio version. But it's a great fucking song. Love it.
These songs are deeper than my late dad's pockets in his Navy pea coat. Fuck. The also not favorite of Nick, 7 minutes and 12 seconds after 7 minute and 30 seconds. Frogs is over now with the 80,000 over nows and Heaven Beside Yous at this point. I think this is a pretty great song. I think it's even more poignant in the Unplugged because their band is almost over at this point. But what do you think, Nick?
I wish at this point the CD had been over now.
Well, the broadcast was just not the record and the.
I know.
Yeah.
It's done.
I love this song. Again, we kind of talked about this as that kind of like, kind of dark humor of sorts to Alice in Chains that like it comes across as kind of humorous, but then when you really listen to the lyrics, you're like, that's fucking dark shit. So it's weird. But again, I love it. I kind of wish it wasn't 7 minutes and 12 seconds, but I love it.
And then, in a bold choice to close the performance and the album, a previously unreleased song, Killer Is Me, that they literally wrote that week at rehearsal. And honestly, I don't want to read too much into it, but how can you not, knowing what you know after, that this song is about Jerry ending the band because Layne can't do the band? And honestly, I hear a lot of stuff in Killer Is Me that ends up on Boggy Depot, like the same essence of the song craft.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
strong feelings anyway about it, Nick?
I like this better than the previous two, I think. But I mean, I'm very on record saying that the Tripod record is super, super mid.
Well, this is a song that's not even on
I
that.
know. It's better than that, is what I'm saying.
Okay, that's
It,
fair.
it, it
Thank you for
follows.
qualifying.
Yeah.
I did qualify. It follows two songs I don't like, so it ends it nicely in a ties it up in a nice little package. Done.
All right, done. Thoughts on Killer Is Me?
Fucking to me, this is like the end of the Blair Witch Project, like where it just ends and everybody just goes, oh, like what just happened? Because it's such a song that you just don't see coming as an ending, and having never heard it before, it was on this album. I just remember thinking like, if I would have heard that at the broadcast, I would have fucking cried.
Yeah, fair.
Beautiful song.
Do you guys have any like 1 minute of final thoughts on this album before I sum up the rest of their career with Layne in like a minute
Yes.
and then take us home? Nick, go ahead.
I am thrilled that we did this because now I don't want this album anymore. I would have spent $200 on this and been very disappointed. Now I don't have to do that. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Done.
I don't have the love for these. I like Dirt. Dirt is good. It's
Yeah.
a slow. It's in Dirt is still almost even 30-30-30.
If this was a slog for you, wait till Tool. Anyway, go ahead.
I know what Tool is.
So, not only did I love listening to this album, I also love listening to it knowing that it would like unintentionally inspire a whole other level of like dark folk music. Like people like Marissa Nadler, Emerith Rundle, we talked about, what Mike here and like how these people have not covered some of these songs because it would be absolutely perfect to hear these songs in that era. So I think it's much more groundbreaking than people give it credit for. I think it's a moody album. It's not a casual listen, but it is one of those albums that I go to, I would say at least once a month to kind of get myself into that place. It's beautiful.
Right on. I would just say in closing on this whole point and this album that this is not only, again, Alice in Chains is one of my top two bands or three bands. So this is not only one of their best records, it's the best unplugged ever. I know Nirvana's is very highly regarded because it was like how an unplugged should be, like all their influences and people they admired and stuff like that, and jokes. And it was nice to see Kurt that way before his end. But like, this is so much better than the Nirvana or Pearl Jam or any other unplugged. And I don't think Soundgarden ever did one, which sucks. They should have, but Cornell had a whole unplugged career also.
That's fighting words, by the by.
Okay. I throw down the white glove and challenge you, sir, to a duel.
Kiss is the best unplugged ever.
No, it isn't. No,
Totally is.
No, it's still Kiss. Kiss music doesn't compare to this. Come on,
Nick, your father's here. Wants to talk to you again. Kiss was not the best.
GF, Nick, GF. Okay, 1 minute. The band is they do the Kiss shows. It's a disaster. They go off the road and the band is done. Jerry goes and does Boggy Depot. The record label is like, well, fuck, we're fucked now. They owe us records. So we're going to do the Music Bank box set, which has some rarities and unreleased stuff from Dirt and Facelift. And they did Nothing Safe, the best of the box. There are 2 new songs on that record that are heavy as fuck that had been finished by Jerry and the rest of the guys. One is Get Born Again, which is unbelievable. There's a music video for it. It was a big single. Also Died, which is depressing as fuck about Demry's death from an overdose. And, how he's next, basically, which he was. Layne Thomas Staley passed away on April 5th, 2002, and they did not find his body for 2 weeks. He was decomposing in his apartment and, fucked.
Do we know who found Layne?
Mike Starr says that he was the last person to see Layne alive, but he's also a famous bullshitter and he died also. So
I also wouldn't doubt the fact that he probably.
I think the cops did a welfare. They did a welfare check on him and they found him dead.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And then Alice in Chains kind of comes back in 2006 as a live act, as sort of first as Jerry Cantrell's solo band comes with The Fall, and then finally as the reformed Alice in Chains. I would like to do an Alice in Chains sequel series at some point in the future. Could be next year, could be the year after. There will be an Alice in Chains record, I believe, by 2027, another new one. So it'd be good timing to do one late in 2027.
They only have 2 so far, right?
They have
3?
They have 3.
3.
Because I know
4. Maybe
Black is the New Blue or something.
Black gives way to blue.
That was the
and
first
the Devil
one,
put
and
the
then it was
dinosaurs here, which I really like the dinosaurs one.
And Rainier Fog, which I think is their best.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, that one was fucking their best one of the 3.
Yeah, I agree. You've been listening to the Glacially Musical Podcast. I am your co-host, Keefy of Ghost Cult Mag, ghostcultmag.com. Glacially Musical Podcast is a Ghost Cult joint. I am joined, as always, by Nick, the frustratingly brilliant host, and Don. I can't come up with a good nickname for him, but Don has a new album coming out this week you should all go listen to on streaming. By the time this comes out, we'll link it in the description.
God, why don't you guys just kiss already?
I mean, we would, but you're here watching, cuck. Anyway, you've been listening to the Glacially Musical Podcast that doesn't play in Peoria, and Alice in Chains with Layne never played in Peoria again after the 90s.
Did they even ever play there?
I'm sure.
Did they play Peoria?
We'll confirm that during the Chaser next week. New series in 2 weeks on Queensryche. Don and I.
Fuck me.
Fuck you is right. Bye.